Jackson. Good morning.
Uh, Good morning. Good
We
morning,
got
everybody.
Jackson from his dorm in Bridgewater, so I'm happy to see him. We also have Larry coming in a few minutes. But just so you all know, I actually had a heart attack, and all praise is due to Allah God. I am still here, and I'm thankful, and I'm grateful, and I'm blessed. It was a scary situation, but all praises due to Allah. I am still here. I have to slow my roll. There's a lot of things I'm gonna have to cut out, and there's some things I may not be able to do as I've been doing them. But where there's a will, there's a way, and I wanted to continue my broadcast. So right.
All right, all right, all right. So today I have a very special guest, an author, a writer, a powerhouse in the industry, and I am happy to see my old friend Debbie Sharif. It's been a while. It's been a while. She's been doing a lot of great things, especially around being an author. You have a few books out now, right, Debbie?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So we're going to get right into it because we know that this time goes by fast. So, Debbie, tell us a little bit about you, what you're doing, what you've been doing. I love your colors. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Are you kidding?
Yeah, yeah, of
Wow.
course, of course. I just, just been under, like I said, I've been under the weather for a minute, but I'm back and I'm
You
thankful.
look great. You look
Thank
great.
you.
You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So you have this series out.
I do.
So what gave you that idea? What gave you the idea for these series?
Well, I had a lot of these books, Priscilla, on the back burner for many, many years. A couple of them I had in my heart. For example, when I introduced Vera's Dream House, I had all of these like in the back burner. And then what really motivated me, sometimes racism motivates you, but when the government started to attempt to erase our history across the country, I said, girl, you better get those books out of your back burner and put them on the front burner. And I actually wrote 3 books in 3 months.
Wow.
And so the 2 books that I'm really excited about, which is the first one, I hope you can, let me get close to the mic. The first one, which is the first 2 rather, which is Cecilia, The Rise of the Maroons. And a lot of folk don't know what Maroons are. And
it's us.
Yes, yes. And the other one which is based on true story, which is Queen Amanarinas, the one-eyed warrior back in the day. We're talking 2,000 years ago, where she defeated one of the greatest armies in the world, which was Rome. And our kids should know this, Queen Amanarinas. And so with Cecilia and Queen Amanarinas, I thought that it would be beneficial to actually create and write a curriculum that accompanies the novels, because I think it's not just one thing for our children to read about these great legends, these Black brilliant legends, but I think it's really important for them to have a lesson, because I taught ELA for years, as a high school teacher, a middle school teacher, and a elementary teacher. So I taught from kindergarten and, of course, currently as a full tenured professor. And I said, this is something that our children need. They need to be critical thinkers.
Exactly. So you had left us for a minute. And you came back.
I did.
And so did you just recently write these books?
I did.
Like in the last couple years or last year?
No, I like I said, I had all these books on the back burner. They were all drafts. And I said, because of the erasure of attempting to get rid of our history, which they could never do anyway.
Right,
They could
but
never
they
do.
sure have been trying.
They've been trying.
Yeah.
So I got busy, with my full-time load as a full-time professor. As soon as I got home, I just started writing these books, and I self-published them. And that is another art. I was just talking to the station manager, and she has a story in her. And I just think her stories are something that we all want to hear. She's been here for 15 years.
Yeah.
I want to read her book. I'll be the first to read her book, And I mentioned to her about workshops that I think you went to one of the writing workshops. I'm not sure. But
when you were having them at the library, at the Grove Hall
yes,
Library?
not the book signing, but when I had a free workshop on how you can write along with AI. And
I think you did it by Zoom, maybe.
I did.
We did it with by Zoom.
I did. But to answer your question, so I wrote three of them in 3 months.
Yeah, that's great. So, can you show us like the cover of one of these books?
Sure. This is Cecilia, and I don't know how to.
The camera's right there.
Okay.
The Rise of the Maroons.
The Rise of the Maroons. And when I ask people, do they know anything about Maroons? They say, huh? Maroons? And these were underground settlements that people, when they were enslaved back in the 1800s, and they ran away from the plantation, they built these amazing maroons. And this is what this story is about. But this story is about a young girl, even though it's a fictional story, but it's about a young girl who actually was born to free parents in Mississippi.
Okay.
And when white settlers started to invade their land, they tried to put them back into slavery. And they said, no, we're not going. So they hooked up with the Seminole back in the day, the Black Indians.
Okay.
And they stole away, and they actually built their own underground settlements. And this sister was only 13 when she actually... I look at her with her sword. Ouch! And, when she actually founded her own settlement. She was separated from her parents during the war, and then she found her own. So this is a great book, and this is book one. And again, it's also accompanied by a curriculum.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. That's amazing, Debbie. Let's see the second one.
This is the second one, which is The One-Eyed Warrior, which is Queen Amanirenas. And all little boys and girls should know, and not just Black kids, but all children should learn this in history, just like they stuff down our throat Western civilization and their victories. But this is a sister, Queen Amanirenas, defender of Kush. Back in the day in Rome, as we all know, that was one of the greatest military forces in the world. This sister defeated. And when she took her army into war, she lost an eye. And so they said, oh, we've got to take the queen back to the palace. She said, She wrapped her head up and kept fighting.
Wow.
It's amazing. So this is Queen. And let me just show this sister behind these beautiful pyramids. And just to give some historical context, Kush is modern day Sudan. Just to kind of give you that. And of course, my other one, which is just a modern day tale. And it's really, wait a minute, where are you, honey? Oh. Wait a minute, I'm trying to.
You got so many books there, Debbie.
This one is called Vera's Dream House. And it's just a book that really shows the resilience of Black women. And this is a story about a woman who turned 60, and she always, let me just show her picture. And she always had a dream of owning her own home. She lived in a crowded apartment in Dorchester. Who does that sound like? And she had 6 cats. And so it's just a story of friendship. And when we get older, it's so funny, I was in a circle of contemporary folks that we were just chatting, we were talking about our children. And sometimes our kids get lost in the sauce and they kind of don't pick up the phone and call us every day. And this is a story of a woman who was living alone with her 6 cats. Her children sort of kind of forgot about her. And she got fired from her job. And how is she going to get that dream house that she wants? And so it's a story of how she does end up with it. It's just a beautiful story. And as my good friend Helen Creedle always says, Deborah, it's never too late to be great. You know.
I think I know Helen Creedle.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful to hear you doing these great things, and you said you have a curriculum that goes with them.
I do.
So did I hear you say that you had had reached out to the Boston Public Schools?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Had they reached back out?
One of the administrators did, but I haven't heard back from them. But they did reach out to me, so I'm going to be pitching remotely. So if there's and I just want to mention about the curriculum, because being a classroom teacher I've been an educator for 40 years, as you know, and when I am presented with a curriculum that I can go into the classroom day one and actually start teaching, that's what this curriculum does. Because not only, and just to show you, this is just a sample, but this is the answer key. And then I have the actual curriculum. So there's two that they actually receive. They get the novel, and they also get the curriculum, and they get the parents, or what I call them, the educator's key, where, you can just walk into the classroom with this and you can start teaching.
Wow. That's amazing. And you're also an expert on AI. You love AI.
Oh,
huh?
unbelievable. But but I also want to mention to your listeners and your viewers that AI is wonderful. But I also did a radio show, on my own radio show, which is Urban Empowerment Today. I think you've been a guest on my show,
Yeah,
on my radio
on
show.
your show. Yes, I have.
And the data centers are not good, because what they do, these data centers, and if people are not familiar with them, the data centers are large facilities that move into a neighborhood or move into a rural area, which actually absorbs all the electricity, and it poisons the water. Just to put up these huge data centers, where they should be putting these data centers in areas where nobody lives. But the reason they put them in rural areas is because they want to suck up the electricity. And who pays the cost?
We do.
The residents.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate part is they go into a city and town, buy off the government, and we know what that's like, and they move in. So I'm not for the data centers. I am for AI, and I'll talk about the reason I am for AI, but I'm not in agreement with the data centers.
Wow. Okay, so why are you in love with AI?
Well, for many reasons, because if you're trying to start a company or a business, and traditionally, banks never fund us. They fund everybody else from other countries, but your own bank that you've been putting your money in for years,
yes.
you never get the funding or the financing that you should. And so with small businesses, sometimes you need experts. You need somebody to do marketing, or you need somebody that can actually help you and be a social media manager. You need somebody to keep the books. You need somebody to be the face of your company, your brand. And so if you don't have that capital, you're wearing all of these different hats.
True.
Well, with AI, you can have all of that if you know how to use it. And all this technology is progressing at a nanosecond. And if you don't get ahead of it, then, some folks will say, oh, I don't like AI because it's going to turn into the Terminator. That's old, antiquated thinking. It's here, and it's going to be here, but use it to your advantage. And they have right now, because it's in the embryonic stages, they have so many trainings free trainings. You can get trained from MIT, you can get trained from Harvard, Yale, any of the higher educational institutions, that they will train you how to use it.
Wow.
And one that I really recently came across, which is, I got to remember, it's notebook.google. And they have all kinds of trainings that are unbelievable. And I follow two of the content creators on TikTok that have given me so much information. So what do I use AI for? To assist me with writing curriculum, to assist me with writing books, to assist me with social media promotions. I mean, there's things, Priscilla, that I have learned that I didn't know before about AI. I had no knowledge. And I didn't know that I needed all these things. And the other thing is, we can create beautiful content, but we don't know how to promote it.
Right.
And I just asked a sister who's starting her business, and I said, do you know anything about MailChimp or some of the free apps that you can use to help you with, getting your email list? And I don't know what MailChimp is. So we've got to know this stuff. We got to get ahead of the curve. So that's the reason I love AI, because it does all of these multifaceted jobs, and it helps me to really understand how to market. It's almost like I'm learning a system. An operational system. And I think if you're in business, or even if you have a radio show, or if you're delivering information to your listeners or your viewers, I think it's really important to have accurate information. They do the research for you, because back in the day when I was producing my shows and my radio programs and podcasts, I had to really do research. Go to the library, do microfiche back in the day.
Microfiche.
Yeah, that's old school.
Yes.
Now it's just with a click of a button, I can get all this information.
Yeah. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm not. I don't do AI. I mean, I do Chat GP when I want something to, But other than that, I don't. Which I should, but it's a lot. It is a lot, and I give you a lot of credit for how you've just been able to do these different things and create your own business per se around the books, around the curriculum. I mean, you're just like you're like a genius to me.
Oh, stop. Not a
you
genius.
figured it out. You figured it out, and I think we may have a caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Hello. Did they hang up? Is the phone on the? Good morning, caller. They're not saying nothing. Oh, let's see if they're still there. Yeah. Hello? Someone's listening.
Hello? You couldn't hear Priscilla? If you go to BostonPraiseRadio.tv, you can listen to her.
Oh, I thought we had a caller.
Yeah.
False alarm.
That's okay.
Yeah. They didn't want to talk.
They didn't want to go on air. They wanted to listen.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Keep listening.
Yeah. So, Debbie, you were a resident of Vegas, and from what I understand, you're gonna be heading back there.
Yeah, Las Vegas, to be proper, it's Henderson, but Henderson is like 1.7 miles from Las Vegas. So when people say, where are you headed to? I just say Vegas, because not a lot of people know Henderson. Henderson is a beautiful city. It's where my two youngest children live. And I don't think people know this, but if they come to Las Vegas, of course, they usually go to the Strip, they go to gamble, etc. But if they ever go into the cities and towns of Henderson, all of the libraries have a theater attached to the libraries.
Okay.
It's very cultural. And that's why a lot of people from LA were coming up to start their production companies, or artists were coming to Henderson, because when I first actually, when I first arrived in Henderson, this was like in the early 2000s, and I stayed with my kids because I missed them so much, my two youngest kids. And I absolutely, I couldn't believe it. The first library, because I love going to libraries, obviously, and reading. And when I went to the library, and so the woman said, "Oh, let me take you and show you around, Deborah. And here's our theater." I looked at that. I said, "Wow." I said, "Is this the only library?" She said, "All of our libraries have theaters attached. It's just beautiful." So it's very family oriented. The other thing I love about Henderson, the streets are wide and you don't have to worry about parking.
Really?
You know how when you live in a city and town, just like my friends, when I come back to Boston and they say, "Girl, let's go to this restaurant." And I'll say, "Oh, okay, let's go." I said, "But does it have skinny streets?" I said, "Is there parking?" You know, because I was so used to wide streets, plenty of parking, and you just don't have, there's no hassle. And when you look out your window, like I was living in Montego Park, Montego Bay rather, which was a beautiful community, and I could look out my window and see mountains. I mean, aside from looking out my window and seeing Blue Hill Avenue, you know, so and plus the fact that Las Vegas, Henderson, it's just beautiful country. And a lot of people, they say, "Well, what about the heat? You know, it must be really real." Yeah, it's hot, but you get used to it. So for 2.5 months, you got the heat, but for the rest of the year, it's beautiful.
Really?
It's beautiful. And what brought us out there is my son. He graduated from UNLV, the University of Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's what brought us all out there.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow. And then you went back, right? During COVID, right?
I did.
But you were still working, though. You were working remote, right?
I was.
And
yes.
so you became the chair of the communications?
I did. It was really great. The chair of the communications department at Massasoit Community College. And it was a wonderful opportunity because a lot of the students, in terms of the technology that we were actually upgrading, it was an opportunity for them not only to learn the equipment, because, television, I've been doing television for many years, but also to learn the integration of AI. There's AI again. And I had a couple of my students that said to me, they said, "Oh, Professor, AI, my history professor said, don't use AI, because AI, is not good. It's like plagiarism." And I said, "Well, if I was a history professor, I would say the same thing, because I wouldn't want you to write your essay and plagiarize and use AI to write it. But when you're talking about the media industry," I said, "in the equipment, everything is integrated into AI. So if you don't want to learn AI, forget about being in the media business." I said, "So I'm a media professor. I'm not a history or a sociology professor. I'm a media professor." So being the chair, it gave me the opportunity to really sort of vet the faculty, because some of the faculty were thinking the same way. "Oh, we don't like AI." And I'm saying, it's in the fabric of media. One of the really awesome events that I'm proud of is when I brought Channel 5, WCVB, as partners with Massasoit Community College. And at the time, I brought Kyle Gomes, who is he was the president of WCVB, along with our she already retired, Karen.
Oh, Karen Holmes.
Yes, Karen Holmes Ward, who was the producer of City Line. City Line. She brought her crew of producers, and I even got a couple of the students to intern during the summer at CVB. So that was really exciting. And they could segue right into the internship because they had access to, our upgraded equipment, and it was a wonderful opportunity for them. So for me to see Brittany, one of my students, sitting on the chair at WCVB in the news chair, it was exciting. Then they brought the news crew to Massasoit Community College, and I'm really proud of that.
That's great. That's great. You did some marvelous things,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
So it's they say when you enjoy what you do, it's not a job.
It really isn't.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
isn't. So with me retiring this August, it's a segue right into my digital academy, which I'm really proud of. And I just launched Royal Roots
Okay.
storybooks, which will carry most of the Black History books that we spoke about today. And I'm excited about that. So if folks are interested in, thinking about the books or the curriculum, DeborahSharif.com. Or if they're interested in just, buying the hard copy, they can go on Amazon and just put my name in, Deborah Sharif.
Okay.
I don't know if I should spell it or if
maybe you should spell your last name.
Sure. I'll spell the first name because I don't want them to spell Debra.
Oh.
So mine's is DeborahSharif.com. That's DeborahSharif.com.
Okay.
And that's for the Digital Academy.
Okay.
And they can also see the books, etc. But the Digital Academy is personal empowerment for professionals and personal empowerment. Like, for example, I was talking to a colleague of mine and she said, "Girl, you finished these books? I can't focus." I have a digital book on how to focus, how to concentrate. So I read my own products.
Right.
And that's what helps me.
Right.
And if they're interested in getting a hard copy, then they can email me. And I'm going to give the shortest email because it's the better one. The other one is too long, but it's D as in David, K as in Kaiser, spelling of my last name, which is SHARIFF @gmail.com.
Okay. Okay. And so when will you when you, because you say you're going back to Vegas, correct?
Yes.
And so will you continue? I'm sure you're going to continue doing this work. Will you be doing most of it like through computers,
remotely?
like Zooming and things like that.
And I'll be coming back to Boston because I still have another daughter that lives here, and my grandsons and my great-grandchildren. So I'll be definitely coming back to Boston. But with the technology, you don't have to be in person.
Right.
Like if there's a teacher watching or listening, if they're interested in a free sample, I would be more than happy to provide a digital copy for them so they can test it out in their classroom. I'm all for that. And so I would love to hear from them. And if they use, the curriculum, I'd love to get the feedback.
Right.
So I'm always available, and for in-person lectures, I'm available for that as well. So just because I'm in Vegas doesn't mean that, Boston's my hometown.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, and then you had another book. I think it might have been one of your first books about the grandfather.
Yeah, for the elementary and the kindergarten or the younger people. It's actually a book, the Grandpup's Young Reader Series, and that's on Amazon.
Okay.
So all they have to do is put my name in Amazon, and all of the books will come up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And
Did
I also
you
have a
publish
digital.
your book through Amazon?
I did. I
Yeah.
self-published. I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And I'm going to teach a workshop on that because a lot of people say, "How did you get your books on there?"
Yeah.
And I mean, it's through hours of study. We have to study.
Right.
And we've got to
exactly.
be, I don't know, and some of the academic circles I'm in, they were just complaining about the erasure of Black history. I said, "Well, you're an educator. Why don't you write a book? Why don't you write some curriculum?
Right.
Let's stop complaining and let's start doing something about it."
Exactly.
And they said, "Girl, you're right." Okay. Because it's about that time. We got to start really, getting into the fact of creation.
That's right.
Other than, complaining.
Right.
Because I know things are not cool with city government, local government. They're getting bought by big industry and the oligarchs. I mean, I see that.
Right.
They're not working with us. So we
Exactly.
put them aside. We got to do it ourselves.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
and that's a good way to do it, is to get these books written
right.
and to get on these computers and get this AI stuff going.
Exactly.
Right?
I just want to mention, I also have another book coming out, which is called Reclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an ebook that I wrote. And the reason I wrote it is a lot of people, you know, when you get government contracts
Mm-hmm.
and they have the set aside for minority and women owned businesses,
Okay.
who do you think started that? We did. It was called MESBIC,
Okay.
Minority Enterprise Management Business. And a lot of folks don't know that we were the ones that wrote the legislation for other folks to be able to get these contracts. We built the table.
Wow.
And when I asked people, I said, "Do you know what a MESBIC is or what?"
Mm.
So I wrote a book on how we can reclaim our economic dignity. So it's not, you know, training the children, yes, having them be critical thinkers and writers, etc., but also for us to claim our economic dignity.
Right, right.
This is important.
Yes,
So
it is.
if we actually built the table and now we don't even we get a nanosecond of government contracts. And we were the ones that created the opportunity. Then they started adding women. Then I'm not saying that that's bad or good, etc. Then they started adding other people in this mix. Then they started adding the LGBTQ community, which I'm glad that they did. But everybody else got added. And then we got pushed out. And we were the main creators of those getting those contracts. I bet you didn't know that.
I did.
MESBIC. So my ebook, if people are interested, it should be coming out within the next week. So it will be on my the Digital Academy, which is called Deb Sharif's Digital Academy, and Reclaim. It's called Reclaim.
Wow. Wow.
So
It's
yes.
amazing.
Yeah.
I tell you, you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
Knowledge is power.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's interesting. It's all these things that we've done and never been able to really take advantage of them. Take advantage of them,
Right.
you know, and unfortunately, this is the world that we live in. So we do have to take back actually what the devil stole from us,
Yeah.
you know.
Reclaim it.
Yeah.
Reclaim it.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to check out that website.
Yeah. Deb
definitely.
Sharif's Digital Academy. It has some wonderful things. It talks about affiliate marketing, because I kept hearing people were making money with affiliate marketing. I said, what is affiliate marketing? It's bartering. That's all it is. So if you have a business, I have a business, you just put my information on your business and I put your information on my business logo.
Right.
And it's called affiliate marketing. So you can go on all these different sites, like Etsy and some of the AI platforms, not the AI platforms, but just platforms that you can go on these websites and you can start doing business with other people and other businesses. It doesn't have to be somebody that you know. It can just be somebody that has a unique business. And that's how you can increase your customer base.
Right.
I mean, and I learned all this through my own ebooks on the Academy.
Wow.
You know, how you can actually sort of understand what affiliate marketing is, how to open up an Etsy store, how to open up, all of these avenues so that you can have a supplement, a stream of income, and not rely on your plantation job.
I hear you.
And you know, Priscilla, there's one thing that I feel really, really, I don't know how much time we have, but I know this is going to open up Pandora's box, but I just feel that as a baby boomer, being in the mature population now, that instead of us wasting our time on trying to get City Hall to work with us, please, Mayor, we need affordable housing. We need to protest this. We should have been building our own economic empires within the city. And when I think of some of the Black legends, the Black magnificent legends like A.G. Gaston, who was a tycoon in the early 1900s, he built businesses around racism where he couldn't access capital. So he created a credit union, a bank. He felt that our children were miseducated, so he built a school. This brother was back in the early 1900s, A.G. Gaston, a tycoon, a black tycoon. He felt that when black folks were traveling, that they couldn't go into motels back in the day.
He built a hotel.
He built a hotel. So what I'm saying, and it struck me when I was sitting in a meeting, a community meeting, when I was living in Dorchester, and people were complaining what the mayor was doing and wasn't doing. And I said, there were like 60 people in attendance. And I said, if I grab those 60 people, and I said, let's start a real estate investment group. Let's start a fund where we can actually start to barter with each other, which I know some of my Caribbean brothers and sisters, they already have a system in place, how they help each other. I just feel that our priorities were in the wrong place. And I apologized to my children. I said, we should have entire empires within a community.
Yeah, we used to do it before, and it seems like we did do it, and then, every time we turn around, we were getting stopped some kind of way. But I talk about bartering a lot too, that we could go back to bartering, but I don't know. I don't know, Debbie, what happened to us, Unfortunately, we don't seem to want to work with one another or create, or we feel like we can't do it. But I think that we can if we put our mind and our hearts and our soul into it,
Definitely. Well, I hope Reclaim does something.
Yeah.
When people read it. I just want to quote from Dr. John Hendrik Clark. Are you familiar with him?
I've heard of Dr. Henry
He
Clark.
had a simple saying. He said, we ruled the world once and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Doesn't that clench you? Just
yeah.
And it's when I started quoting that in some of my papers, it was really interesting to find out how I can't find it anymore because I kept quoting it because it's so powerful. We ruled the world once and we'll do it again. And I think that's why the erasure so quickly of the Smithsonian Institute, come on.
Yeah.
They're trying to
just like
wipe us off the face.
Completely like we were never here.
Exactly.
Yet we built this country.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing. The tools that we do have at our hand, that we have access to, that we're just, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have.
But just having this radio show, Priscilla, is powerful. And just talking to the station manager who's been here 15 years, who's dedicated, and I'm sure she's heard lots of stories, but this is a revolution right now. Just doing what you're doing, getting the word out, because we know we can't go to a white station and say the things that we're saying right now.
That's true.
As a matter of fact, when I talked about the Maroon settlements and when I talk about us being the first Americans here, I mean, the research is getting serious now because I never knew that we were already here.
Right.
We were already here. And there's documented proof that we're already here. They just don't want to give up their federal funding, to know that we were here. And I think it's purposely done intentionally so that we don't really understand and know and uncover our greatness. Because we are a great people.
Right. That's so true.
We are a great people. So just doing this, I think, is something that we need. We need our voices. We don't need our voices silenced.
Right.
We need to be heard.
That's true. That's so true. I think about, the fact that tomorrow is Juneteenth, June 19th.
That's right.
They have the annual event up at the Blackhead Museum, the African Museum on Walnut Street, and they have a parade now, and they have vendors, they have speakers, and it's a wonderful time to be in community, and if we could just get our priorities, straight, and if we could really come together and work together, we would accomplish so much. But it just seems like, for some reason, and I don't know, that we have a hard time doing that, and that's what I feel is holding us back.
I think when we use those words and say that, it holds us back, but because words are spells. And if we say we can uplift each other, we can work together. There are organizations that are working together right now. There's people that are building empires. There's young people. Like, I was on TikTok the other day, and there's some new blood in the hood. I mean, they're opening up nail shops. They're actually opening up creative artistry. Like, I was asked if I wanted to do a book signing at their Rosendale area. And I'm saying, all of these young Black folks, they are killing it. So there is breath. There is so much newness and so much, I don't know, there's just like, it's almost like it's a breath of fresh air to see these young people. So we have to use that kind of language, because if we say, oh, we can't get together, we won't get together.
That's
if
true.
we say
You're
will
right.
get together, we will get together.
That's true.
If somebody said, Deb,
Speaking
can you
into
write?
existence.
You speak it into and manifest it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the books make me drunk. I can do this. I can. And I'm excited. I'm excited. I was talking to a couple of people a couple of weeks ago, and they said, girl, aging is something. And I said, yeah, it is. I said, we have to take better care of ourselves. We have to exercise consciously. We have to keep this brain fit. And I watched some of those exercises that you do with your brain to make sure you don't get dementia. I mean, I mean, there's just so many things that we can do that are positive.
Right.
Because we know that this system intentionally is trying to break our spirit. So we have to go in the opposite. So the language we use has to be positive.
That's true.
I couldn't have got through all this.
Right.
Most people retire and they say, that's it. Girl, I'm going to get my rocking chair and I'm just going to hang out. No.
Yeah.
I still have work to do.
Right.
With the information and knowledge I have.
Right.
My goodness, I can't lay back. I can't afford to do it.
Right.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
I still have all this energy.
I know, I can see.
On my birthday, by the way, I just want to make what are next steps for me. On my birthday, I'm having my podcast, Success Talk. And I'm going to go into detail with the curriculum, and also Reclaim, which I mentioned and shared with you. And that's going to be June 29th of this month, which will be on a Monday, a special series. And I hope you tune in. It's going to be live on Facebook, Twitter, X, even though. But anyway, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So I'm going to do a special. So, June 29th, my birthday. And I just want to do a shout out for my son, Kiwan. Today is his birthday. June 18th.
Birthday.
Yes,
Happy
for my
birthday.
son, Kiwan.
Wow. How old is he?
52.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He's a big old grown man.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah. And he's the one that your son that lives in Vegas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell you, Debbie, you're a wealth of knowledge. You really are, and it's
So
been
aren't
a
you?
it's been a pleasure to have you on my show again, and to just your encouragement and your enthusiasm. It sparks something, and I hope that people who are out there listening receive it, because it is true. Because we, my slogan, we are the people, we have the power.
That's right.
And we just have to, really come together and do this, because it's available, it's available to us. And there's really no reason why we can't do it, And so, but like my song, a change is gonna come, and change comes every day, and we just have to be willing and able to get out there and make the change,
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Renee, the manager. She is so hospitable when
Yeah.
I came in. I want to thank her as well.
Yes.
But thank you, Priscilla.
Listen, thank you, Debbie. I appreciate you. I appreciate,
Oh,
all
so
your knowledge and, all the, you did a couple workshops for me while you was in Vegas with my youth. So I appreciate it. I'm sorry, you was going to say something?
no, I was just going to say, if folks want to get a hold of me or if they want to check out the website, it's DeborahSharif.com, DeborahSharif.com. And an email, D as in David, K as in Kaiser, Sharif, SHARIFF @gmail.com.
Right. And so you will be leaving us in August, right? You will be
Yes.
going back to Vegas in
Yes.
August.
Yes.
Happy retirement, but I know you're not retiring. You're
No.
not retiring. I called myself retiring 15 years ago, and I left the city, left the plantation, but still working,
Right. I just left. I'm just retiring from working for somebody else.
Yeah. We have we as people, we have a lot of things that we can do, and I think sometimes we're just afraid to step out on faith.
Right.
And
Correct.
and I believe collaborations do work. When you have an idea, someone else has an idea, and you bring the ideas together.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's why I like working with my young folks.
I know they're so innocent and fresh, and they listen. Because they're looking for that stability. They're looking for those words. They look for our leadership.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
As long as it's genuine leadership.
Exactly. Right.
And I think that's why I was in the educational arena for so long, because, young people, they're clay. And they will listen to you. And it really, I'm sure it must feel good for you as well when some of the people that graduate from your program and they come back and they say, oh, thank you, because now I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And when I get that from my students, I'm TikTok friends with them, Facebook friends. I mean, they contact me. I mean, it just makes me feel good, because for what I'm presenting, I'm so glad that they took advantage of this information.
Exactly.
And I learned from them as well.
Exactly. You do learn from them. And I know they need love, they really do.
And direction.
Yeah.
They need our direction.
Like you said, leadership. They do. And they're leaders. They're leaders.
They're their own leaders.
I like to see them step out.
And they're honest.
Yeah.
When I ask for any type of feedback from them, they give it to me.
Right.
I said, what did you think of that? And they listen to my radio shows. They watch my TV. I mean, they give me feedback.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not a professor that's going to walk, talk, chalk, and lecture. I'm doing this. I apply it. I produce shows. I produce podcasts. I'm on the radio.
Right.
So I just can't do the lecture thing. I have to do the applicable thing, which is I'm doing it.
Hands on.
And let me show you how you can do it.
Hands on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tell you. Renee, how much more time do we have? I know we got minutes. 3. Yeah, well, it's really been nice talking to you, seeing you. You look the same. You haven't changed a bit.
You too. You look fabulous.
You know what they say, black don't crack,
It
right?
don't. And I love your outfit, the green.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And the earrings. Oh, I should have worn some, because I didn't wear my earrings because I said I have to wear this,
Yeah.
headphones. But you got the headphones and the earrings. Oh.
Yeah. I'm just working on my health, trying to get back. I feel a lot better. Thank God. It was scary for a minute, but I believe I'm on the mend. But
I have some digital books that talk about food, that superfoods that we should be eating. And I wrote my own ebook on meditation because I got away from meditation for a minute. And when I started writing the book, I said, Deborah, you got to get back into it. So meditation is certainly helpful, especially with you being on the mend. I'll send you a free copy of my meditation digital book. because it does work.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people say, how do you meditate? And so it's a way that you can.
Yeah.
And our people need to meditate because high blood pressure runs rampant in our
Yes,
community.
it does. It does. It really does. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
but Debbie, I think we are just about out of time. Oh, okay. So if you want to give your information again,
Sure.
this is People Power with Priscilla. We are the people. We have the power. I am here every Thursday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
So.
And if they want to get a hold of me, if they want to check out the books, they can go to DeborahSharif.com. That's DeborahSharif.com. That's my digital academy. If you want to get a hold of me and have inquiry about or request a curriculum, especially you educators or moms and dads at home, it's user friendly. I made it for you guys. Then you can certainly get a hold of me and email me at D as in David, K as in Kaiser, spelling of my last name, SHARIFF @gmail.com.
Yes. And I just want to thank everybody who listens, who every week. It's not easy, but we do what we have to do because we do want our people to learn, and we do want to work with our people, and we want to educate them, educate our youth, and get because they are our future, and they're here, and the future is now. And so, and also we got to get on this AI more.
Exactly. And I'll make
Yeah.
announcements when I have another workshop.
Okay, definitely. Yeah. And so, with that being said, I am going to say goodbye to my audience and thank you all for listening. We didn't get any callers today, but people wanted to listen, so that's a good thing too, you know. And Debbie, I can't thank you enough for just coming on here and giving us some information to build a nation. You know.
I love it. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank
Was
you.
really nice to just chat. You know, because that's what it is. It's it's like we're in the